How's it going, NPC Nation? Welcome back to a brand new video. This video is going to be called Leave the Founding Fathers Alone. I see recently that more protests are going around and more Founding Father statues like Thomas Jefferson and George Washington are being toppled, and Thomas Jefferson's statue was forced to be taken down because people said that they're promoting an enslaver. First of all, Thomas Jefferson released some of his slaves. I don't know if he released all of them, but it's been in the history book where he released some of his slaves. And George Washington, by the way, released all of his slaves the day his wife died. It was in his will. Every single enslaved person that he owned was released. It's in the history books. It really is. And yes, first 12 presidents, not even the Founding Fathers, the first 12 presidents except two. That's both Adams, John Quincy Adams, the son of John Adams, and John Adams, the second president of the United States, did not own a single slave. But George Washington did release his slaves. Thomas Jefferson released, I don't know if all, but at least 100 of his slaves. And yes, the Founding Fathers did a lot of bad in their life, but they did more good to outshine the bad. This is true. Thomas Jefferson, expanded the United States. Thomas Jefferson helped take down the Barbary pirates and stuff like that. Thomas Jefferson, probably wasn't the best person, but he was one of the authors of the Declaration of Independence and stuff like that. Very young, too, by the way, when he wrote that. It's sad to see that people are taking down Founding Father statues. People are taking down George Washington, Thomas Jefferson statues. Yes, they did, bad. But they also, George Washington especially, released his slaves when his wife died. That was something in his will, and all of them were. It's been true. George Washington actually kept his mother out of poverty and bought her a house and stuff like that. And she claimed when he was president and when he was general of the army that he kept her into poverty. It was untrue. Extra history. Go check them out about that. It's not true. George Washington actually gave her money, and she is the one who kept his inheritance for 19 years. Yes, she kept his inheritance from his father. But it's just sad to see that the Founding Fathers keep getting tore down. The Founding Fathers statues keep getting and toppled over, graffitied on. They did a lot more good. Even the myth of the cherry tree, which is a myth, by the way. But they did a lot more good than they did. If you want to topple down a statue of a Founding Father that did a lot more bad, that was a womanizer, that's Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin, not really a womanizer, but he was a pervert. Benjamin Franklin wrote books as a pseudonym, as a woman pseudonym. When he was writing books and stuff like that, he flirted with older women. He had a thing for older women. But Benjamin Franklin, even though he wasn't president, he was one of the Founding Fathers, but he really didn't do as much as the ones that became president. James Madison, James Monroe, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, and John Adams. And then those guys right there, they did a lot for the country, and hell, James Madison might have had us in a war, but the thing is, George Washington kept us from our own Civil War before the Civil War even happened. The Farmer Revolution, he stopped that. The Shays Revolution, he helped stop that. But Thomas Jefferson stopped the Barbary pirates. He did a lot, and he expanded the United States. And I'm not going to suck them off, whatever you want to call it. The Founding Fathers did do a lot of bad too, and that's in history. But it's just their statues deserve to stay up, in my opinion, because they are Founding Fathers. That's one thing that they deserve statues for, and they were the first pinnacle presidents, the first 5. But yeah, I understand that having enslaved people is wrong. That is something that is wrong. We found that out years later, though. But the thing is, George Washington, I don't know why people hate on him when he released all of his. He freed all of his. That was something controversial to do back in the 1700s. Like, he died right before the 1800s, before the 19th century even started. He died in 1799. And in his will, it was release them all. When Martha dies, and I don't know when she died, but they were released. They were free. And Thomas Jefferson, he had some kids with one of his enslaved people, but he also freed some of them. You guys could look it up. It's just sad to me that, they did bad. A lot of people have done bad. A lot of people that have statues to this day have done bad if you look into their history. Like, Christopher Columbus was a terrible person. He didn't found America, by the way. A lot of people forget about that. The Founding Fathers just need to be left alone, in my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, press the share button, press the like button, press the shiny subscribe button, press the bell so stay notified every time I upload a video. And I'll see you guys in the next video.